guy that was about to run fourth, they have to sort of walk out in order of where the guys that are in order of where these guys were positioned at the 200 metre mark. So basically, what happened is it was a tight race, like it was people coming in and out, and our last runner, he stepped out one position in front of where he technically should have been.
I'm not a fan of that rule.
Yeah, which makes no difference. Like you're standing next to each other in a line, so it makes no difference to how far you run. You're still running 400 metres. It's just a really technical rule that they have.
Can I ask a dumb question then?
Yeah.
When you actually have the baton and you run on the track, do you have to be in your own lane at the start?
Different runners, yeah. So the first runner runs the whole way in their lane. The second runner runs to the back straight, and then the third and fourth runners then run the whole thing just in lane one. Yeah.
Right. So he was. But you have to pass the baton in a different lane.
Yeah, and
that's
like
odd.
they're not even like a whole lane apart. They're sort of just back to back. Like you're literally standing back to back from each other, just with your hand out for the baton. So, we're talking.
Would that make the guys on the outside at a disadvantage?
Well,
somewhat?
it can be. If you really, but what happens is once the first runner goes and they sort of slide and they keep sort of dominoing in, so you never really you'll never pick the baton up in lane 8. Like you sort of drift. So by the time that you get the baton, you're always around that inside sort of lane. But it's a rule that's there to give some sort of advantage to the team that's running first. But on this occasion, like when it's spaced out like that, it doesn't really have a bearing on the race at all. So it was a hard one.
So because I read, I didn't even realise you were disqualified because I went on that same website that I was watching your results, and I didn't even realise that you'd run on the 13th. So I was looking for you guys on the 14th.
Yeah.
And then it's got disqualified, and I'm sending you a message, oh, my God, it's just, So I didn't know. But I know I've forgotten my question. Oh, so my question, So I went in and Googled what had happened.
Yeah.
And they said that the guy didn't realise that was the rules. But just from what you explained then, it was because things were happening so fast and, it would be hard to see, he's coming third, so I'll get in the third lane. By the time you look back, he's coming through, So what actually did happen was
So in terms of what they said there too, like the guy that took the baton, the last runner, this was our Team America guy. In America, the rule is it's not where you are at the 200 metre mark, but it's where you are at the 100 metre mark. So,
hang on, are you saying this is the guy that took your spot? Is that what you're saying? Team America. Is that what you're saying?
They so there was speculation that he did
Sydney.
There was
old mate.
That's him.
There was speculation that he might have made the mistake of going off the 300 rather than 200. But the way that it was communicated to me from Steve, Team America, was that it wasn't communicated to him which order he should be in, and I back him 100% on that.
Yeah.
The judges just didn't, the judges didn't communicate.
Yeah.
You know what?
where
I
he
would
should
love
be.
to slay him now, but I'm sure he is burning up inside.
he would be feeling this.
There was a moment where we were all like, what? Oh, because the photo showed it looked very obvious, a mistake.
Yeah.
And then I instantly went, imagine if that was me. Like imagine with, again, all these, your team. You've done something that's...
when you play as a team, you win or lose as a team. And to be fair, Steve was the guy he's sort of led Australian 400 meeting running in the last sort of 3 or 4 years particularly. So without him, we wouldn't have even had the opportunity to be there. Yeah. So we just felt terrible for him. It's something you don't wish upon any team member. He's out there to run the best he can as is everyone, and sometimes shit just goes wrong. And
especially in that, because you drop batons and all that sort of
thing. Anything can happen.
It's not even sometimes, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
There was in the 4x100 where the last leg fell over. The baton change.
Girl tripped over in our 4x1.
And
wow.
So
here's the thing. G'day, viewers. If you're a fan of this show, please jump on patreon.com. And throw us $1, $3, $5, $10 every month. See, even as an Aussie, I feel stupid asking you that. You know, but the reason, $1, right? Please jump on to patreon.com and support the show. The only reason I'm asking that is because I don't particularly want your money, but look at pretty little Rika over here on the desk. Well, she drives here every single damn week, and we got Matt G Photography who comes in every day, and Aaron, our newest member, Aaron Brown, who comes on in. I feel like, you know, I want to give them a gift back. And
no, it's because we're trying to raise enough money to get Robert De Niro on before 2020 or by 2020.
Robert De Niro. I reckon if we had a budget.
But Robert De Niro, like, what's wrong with Robert De Niro?
Well, he doesn't have good boobs or something. I don't know. Dolly Parton.
He was. Robert
okay,
De Niro
question.
was like Raging Bull.
Question: would you sleep with Dolly Parton now?
No.
Frigid. No. Anyway, get on Patreon.
So we can pay these people. Oh, okay.
And don't forget,
Dolly Parton.
Rika, bikinis.
No.
Every month.
No. You know what? Can I just say something first, quickly? I love how you two watched each other. Like, watched each other's...
Yeah, how cool is that?
Isn't it? Like,
it's more nerve-wracking. It's more nerve-wracking to watch than it is to compete, I think.
But I just love how, like, the whole team spirit, it's like the whole Games... The whole
Aussie team was actually really good.
Yeah.
Like, everyone actually banded together quite well.
Yeah.
We all kind of sat together, sat in the food hall and everything. Everyone got around and got to meet everyone. And
Brand, did you do the... I remember you weren't going to do the opening ceremony. Did you do it?
No.
I was looking for you.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Was that hard to not do? Did you, at the last minute go, no, maybe I should get on the older... Right?
Nah. I was only thinking about the competition, so it didn't faze me one bit.
Yeah. You said that.
The clothes you're wearing, were they actually tailored, or did they just go, are you a large, Dave? Are you know?
No, there were like some of our obviously people that were like our super heavyweight weightlifter had to get his tailored, but for us it was just kind of we just tried on a bunch of sizes and whatever fit best.
That was a long, like for the dudes, I remember that being like probably the worst part of the Commonwealth Games. Really,
the process of getting that, yeah.
There was like something like 50 odd pieces of uniform to try on. So
a lot of Australian stuff, ridiculous.
Girls, probably a few girls have sort of dream, you know.
What do you mean 50 things to try on? Like what? There were multiple
probably
outfits.
More. Yeah. Or just say we got like 8 pairs of shorts.
But they're all the same shorts, right?
No, like there'd be like different materials, different lengths.
Oh, really?
That you had to wear at different times?
Yes. Wow. You had to be in Australian gear at all times. If you're in the village, you had to be in Australian gear, socks included. Like socks, sneakers, everything.
Yeah, do they give you jocks?
Is that the one on...
No, everything but that, surprisingly.
Huh.
It is.
What's that?
The village is that one on Olsen Ave with the green and yellow
like just
and red.
opposite the uni, yeah.
So you live there for that?
Yeah, we were living in there.
How many weeks did you live there?
2 weeks. Good best part of 2 weeks.
I think I did 3, because I got there a bit over a week beforehand. I'm not sure when you got in.
Who had the hottest country? Oh, okay. No, I reckon not UK, nah. Who do you think, Rika? Okay, let's think about this. Yes. Craig. Okay. Craig from Revive Car Detailing, being audience. Out of all the Commonwealth...
Hey Google.
There's... How many cities and countries are there? Who would have... It would have to, other than the Aussies, the Aussie girls.
I was going to say Aussies.
Who would have if we would talk stereotypically, who's out there? I don't even know.
Well, China's out because they all look like men.
Is China...
China wasn't there.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Rika, you're so good. Geography, number 1. They don't have a Union Jack. All right, you're
sorry.
So
they don't either. No, they're okay.
They're not run by the Queen. That's for
sure. Yeah.
Can you cut that bit out so I don't
say Nope. Come on.
I'm going to go Canada, I reckon.
Good.
Canada.
Yeah, I'll say that, or South Africa.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
What's his name that, shot his girlfriend or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's some good-looking South African
Ting.
girls.
What's his name?
Who?
The Blade Runner.
The Blade Runner, yeah.
Oh,
I haven't heard his name for a long time.
But yeah, there was some good-looking South African
He
girls.
must be in jail.
Well, Charlize Theron, isn't she South African?
Yep.
Yeah, she's hot.
Okay.
Yeah, Canadians, South Africans.
Yeah.
And Aussie girls. You gotta love the Aussie girls.
You gotta love the Aussie.
But you just, you don't want to mess with your home country sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, there was that thing. It was the Commonwealth.
Don't shit in your nest,
yeah. Oh, I'm not going to even bring it there.
What
But I
about
remember
sports? Can I ask you, what was sports? Like, if you're going to rank the sports then?
Yeah.
Like, where do you reckon there? Rika?
Yes.
Guys, like, what sports would you go to?
What sport?
You know,
Like the
at
hottest
Tom Games.
To get a good
sport?
curve on, you know?
Oh, beach volleyball.
Yeah, you go
yeah,
volleyball.
absolutely.
And actually, I'd actually stay home and watch it, if you know what I mean. They get better zoom in shots than I could ever see at the event.
Well, I'm going to say weightlifting and 400 meters.
Oh.
See how she said
How much do you
weightlifting
pay
before
her,
the
mate?
400
How
meter
much do
sprint.
you pay her?
I couldn't even watch you guys though.
Yeah, what else is there?
Hockey's.
Oh,
There's a couple.
I like a good swimmer body.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Actually,
Yeah,
I had
hockey's
something
pretty
pretty
good.
cool happen when we were in Japan, right? Where we went snowboarding, but before we went to Japan, we were at the PVC pool, like the swimming pool there. My little bloke gets his swimming lessons there, and there were all these Japanese college people there, and they were training at Palm Beach Currumbin Pool, and I couldn't help it. I said, "Why are you guys here?" We said, "Oh, we're training for the Japan national team."
Yeah, right.
And because my wife's Japanese, we got little half Japanesey kids, you know.
Yeah.
In particular, this one girl came over and she was really recognisable. She had a couple of like sort of mole spot or whatever you call them. Real cute as a button. Next minute, we had like 5 of these girls all around us talking to my wife, and taking photos with the kids. Well, that particular girl is Japan #1. When we were in Hokkaido snowboarding, we happened to see the race and everything. She gets out of the water and went, "No, it couldn't be her." And I wish I could remember her name right now. But yeah, and searched her out on Instagram, the whole lot. Yep, there's the pictures, the whole deal.
Yeah,
So
nice.
that's a cool thing when you come across athletes, you know,
Yeah.
doing their stuff.
Can I ask you two?
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk about the closing ceremony.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, what did you...
Well, I was only there for about 20 minutes and then I left because it was terrible.
Oh, really?
I think where they went wrong is we were all lined up in our countries in order, but before it aired, they just shuffled us all in at once.
Yeah.
No countries got announced. There was no
You're
march or anything.
joking.
I think there was supposed to be, but a last minute decision. They just decided to sneakily
But
shuffle
were you
us all
expecting that? Like, I could imagine
I
just
was
feeling
ex-
like sheep.
I was
going,
expecting it,
Yeah.
but
Of course they were, because there's that...
And
it's kind of like that closure,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is how well we've done.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like...
And maybe, I don't know, from my point of view, like from the Aussie from the Aussie team in particular, like we had like that opening ceremony. It was probably one of that moment when Australia was announced.
Yeah.
Like that's the sort of stuff. Like it hit me so
Yeah,
deep. You know,
yeah.
like when like that the pride that you
The
sort
pride,
of feel,
yeah.
and the crowd was just insane. Like it wasn't just like a one-off. Like the crowd just continued like the
Yeah.
whole lap around, and it was just like it was just you couldn't be like. Like it was just the most patriotic moment of your entire life when that happened, and then for that the sort of the comparison to the closing where it was like we literally came out in the dark, and then it was like, oh, well, is there something special? Sort of, like. Right. It's sort of like
And
when you're
it's
waiting
so-
for when you're waiting at I don't know your birthday
when is it
or
going to happen?
Christmas,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
where's, like I'm going to get something nice here.
It would have been
just
so
never happened.
disappointing.
Just never happened.
No.
Because like I don't even know how to explain it, because I'm not an athlete, but I can imagine, like you were saying, it's the pride thing, but it's also like you put so much into getting there, and then you've got all the 2 weeks of like that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
There's the 2 weeks of competing. And
Yeah, there's
and then it's like
celebration. Like,
yeah, and it's like whether you did well or not, it doesn't matter. Like you still want to have that recognition and acknowledgement of, okay, yes, you did well for our country. And I don't think that's limited to just Australians. I think every single athlete there would have wanted to be announced. Their country wanted to be announced. So am I making sense?
Well, I was there at the Sydney Olympics, the closing ceremony.
Yeah.
And it was insane. Like it was talk about like every photo I've seen of the closing ceremony, it was quite dark, like you say.
Yeah, it was.
It was dark and
Really
like the
dark,
lighting was dark. But the Sydney Olympics, it happened on dusk, so it was a lot of